terms of spatial reasoning on the screen. Love both of these folks. Very, very excited. I will do the Roll D5 spiel, tell you what the channel is about if this is your first time. But before I do that, I want to introduce these two fabulous folks here. And since we have a guest here, and we always love to roll out the velvet carpet for our guests, Jes, would you like to introduce yourself to the Roll D5 community and audience? Many of them know you, but will you introduce yourself to the folks who don't?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for rolling out my nice velvet carpet, taking me to the VIP club. I really appreciate it. My friends, hello. My name is Jes. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, and you can find me all over the internet at Jes the Human. That's Jes with just one S. I am a tabletop charity content creator. And I've raised about $450,000 through TTRPG charity streams, bundles, and auctions since 2021. I also wish you good morning in very weirdly specific ways every single day. And I don't know. I'm like positive, horny fun on the internet. I don't know.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's apt. I'm going to say that's an apt description. Hell yeah. All right. And then, of course, we have my co-host, who I'm going to describe as amazing, nay, effervescent. The one, the only, my favorite pay pig.
Hey! First and foremost, I don't know what you're talking about. Hi, everybody. Aetherius is pulling absolute shenanigans and chicanery yet again. God, why? What is this? What is this? Anyway, hi everybody. I am Queon. I go by Brother Queon across all the internets. I am your favorite storytelling hoodlum, and I am just so happy to be here with two of my favorite people. I got to be a part of a stream earlier this week with Jes where we raised some money for Project Hope, and it just makes the most amount of sense to bring Jes on as like the TTRPG Santa. It's the holiday season. It just fits. It just makes so much sense. And thank you for saying yes.
I am happy to be here. I don't know about the Santa thing though. I don't have a beard. I don't have the belly.
You're in a Christmas sweater though.
That's just because it was my work's holiday party today.
Yeah, okay, from the North Pole. I get it. Cool.
Keon, look, we both know that it was 70 degrees today.
It was very nice today. It was great.
You don't need to send some of that weather this way. Well, thank you both for being here. Just in case this is your first time here, Chad, at Roll D5. Roll D5 is a TTRPG community and channel, right? Where we focus primarily on indie creators, indie artists, indie voices. We try to lift up the voices of the marginalized, those who are always otherized within the space. And we try to tell stories that you don't always see elsewhere. And of course, World Detox is the talk show that I host with Queon, where we bring on an amazing guest. And of course, we have Jes the Human here this week. I feel like we should dive right in. So we have a collection of questions prepared for Jes. And in addition to that, we also got some from our Patreon members. And if somebody in the chat could throw up the Roll D5 Patreon, if you too want to ask questions and support the channel, support all the development, all of the hard work happening, you can check out our Patreon.
Aetherius, the Patreon hasn't launched yet. It's our Ko-fi still.
You can check out our Ko-fi. So, I will the Patreon into existence now. Now that it's out there, the toothpaste out the tube, and now we have to make it. So, but thank you for putting that in the chat. So we do have some questions from the lovely supporters over there, and if you'd like to support Roll D5 and the work that we are doing here, feel free to do so. So, Queon, I believe that the last interview I kicked it off, and so.
Oh, okay. So you're making me do it?
Making is a strong word.
you're let me. Oh my God! So you're letting me do it?
Yes, I'm allowing.
Okay.
That is so kind of you.
Thank
you. God.
It's whatever. It's not like I have performance anxiety.
Add brave to that.
I'm so proud of you. You're so moving.
If you want me to, I can ask the first question.
Oh no, it's
if
fine.
You want me to...
No, I'm giving you grief. It's fine. So I guess like I was going to say who is Jes the Human, but you kind of already gave us that. But like I think the thing for everybody out there, I think one of the good things that people would like to know is I know that you come from a nonprofit background. I know that that's how you started in all of this, but how did you decide to marry that with the TTRPG space?
Yeah. So this makes me feel so old. I have been in the nonprofit space for the last decade of my career, which is also the only decade of my career. Like I'm old, but I'm not that old. And I started playing TTRPGs in 2019. I started specifically by playing D&D on a rugby camping trip, and it was just so much fun. And very, very shortly afterwards, I learned that there were more D&D games than D&D. Because, how do you explain what a TTRPG is to someone who only knows what D&D is? You say, there's more than D&D than just D&D. So I was quite literally enthralled with TTRPGs. And when I saw my first TTRPG charity stream, my jaw hit the floor. Because what do you mean there is this way that you can marry two of my hyperfixations, something that I've decided to make my career out of, but also something that I literally cannot stop thinking about and won't shut the fuck up about. And so it took me a while to decide that I wanted to run my own. But I kind of pestered some of my friends to see if they'd be okay with me being on theirs. And eventually I worked up the courage to host my own TTRPG charity stream. It was kind of game over after that. I mean, the thrill and the rush of combining the two things that I love with raising funds for a very worthy cause. I mean, it was amazing. And so I did a couple here and there, and then starting in the fall of 2022 is when I decided to start doing it regularly. And besides, everybody knows that scheduling is the biggest BBEG. I've done a TTRPG charity stream at least once per month, every single month since September of 2022. And it's been amazing.
Fantastic. Jes, I think you touched on something that we've discussed on this show before, which is the ubiquity of a certain acronym's TTRPG system, and how when explaining this conceptually, this community or the concept or the game to other people, you are right. How do you anchor them in? How do you bring that in? And I think that one of the issues is that there is this kind of almost interchangeability that you like people who don't know what role playing is outside of Dungeons and Dragons. There's some people who think it's only Dungeons and Dragons. And so to that, and you mentioned kind of being outside of the coloring outside of the lines a little bit. Can you tell us about what were those like first systems that you played that were outside of the mainstream? What was it that kind of like got your attention initially?
Honey Heist was one of my first. Honey Heist and Crash Pandas. Both one-page TTRPGs from Grant Howitt. In fact, I want to say it was either June of 2021 or 2022. I was on a Crash Pandas charity stream, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. What do you mean? I just have one page to go off of, and I just get to like fucking vamp. It was literally incredible. I'm the type of person, I love D&D, and I know all of the D&D haters are going to be like, oh, Jes, you're literally just saying exactly what we're going to tell you. I know that I could do something else in a different system, but I could go so many sessions without combat in D&D. So many. I don't live for that. What I live for is making my friends blush and kicking our feet and giggling and role playing and just getting into it. I love the beach episodes. I love the shopping episodes. Those bring me joy. So if anyone out there has a TTRPG named Beach Episode, Shopping Episode, let me know and I will be your biggest advocate.
There has to be somebody.
That's such a missed opportunity. If not,
like there has to be somebody.
Truly.
And if not,
I love a good beach episode.
This is how we get started.
Yeah, this is how the change begins.
Yes, be the change you want to see in the world. And I think
I can't write this one. How about you guys write this one and invite me on?
I GM and I play. I'm not the game designer. I'm a play tester. That's about it. But I think that's like, you are already being the change that you want to see in the world so far. Like genuinely, just because you're doing the things and you're giving back to the communities. What was the first like charity that you were able to help out with?
So the first one that I did was actually an organization that I worked for. I loved the mission. It was maternal and infant health, maternal mortality, infant mortality, and prematurity. And so I did a birthday charity stream and rustled up some of my friends to do it. I think we raised like $500, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is so cool.
Yeah.
I played stupidest character, Ronaldo McDonaldo, who was a wizard human who liked using the enlarge spell to supersize himself. And we just had a really fun, silly time. And for whatever reason, people showed up and decided that they were having a good time and that they would donate to the organization. So it was really nice. Yeah.
That's so good. Oh my God. When was the moment that you... Oh, sorry. I just like, I kind of want to know, like, when was the moment you were like, yeah, I'm doing the right thing? Like, what was your biggest, like, this is the right moment for me?
Ooh. I have two. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, please.
Okay. It was July of 2022. I did a weekend-long charity stream series. There were 5 or 6 games to raise funds for National Abortion Federation. That is when the Supreme Court was trying to take abortion rights away in the United States. And I think it took me like 2 or 3 weeks, and I rustled up, again, like 5 or 6 different games. I think I played in 1 or 2 of them. And it was really, really fucking cool. Seeing the amount of creators that came together in such a short period of time, plus the people that donated prizes for donors. And we raised almost $1,700. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this all the time. Like, if I can do that in just 2 to 3 weeks, like, imagine what I can do having a month to set up just one game. And so I did. And it's been amazing. It's been a really, really cool. I feel like, I don't know, if I hadn't done that weekend, I might not have started doing consistent monthly TTRPG charity streams. So I'm very thankful that I had the want and the drive to do it then. And then I would say a second one, and this is veering a little bit off of TTRPG charity streams, but going into charity bundles. The No Ice in California charity bundle that I did on Itch.io this year, it raised $100,000 for 2 different immigrants' rights organizations. And I remember being in Burbank with my partner when protests were hitting the shit in the fan in Los Angeles, and we were dog sitting. And so like we had these 2 dogs that we were taking care of, and we like couldn't leave them. And I was like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, we're here and we cannot do anything. And I just remember feeling really helpless. And so I started looking up organizations that I could potentially support with an Itch.io charity bundle. I asked for, I'd made calls out to support in the TTRPG community to see if folks would be interested. And there was a lot of interest. And it was incredible being able to provide that support, knowing that even though I physically couldn't go and help and like put my body on the line, that there was still something that I could do in this chair or wherever I was at the time. So I
that feeling of helplessness resonated like deeply with me in listening to that. That is something I think like a lot of us have experienced. We've to say we've lived through historical times is like not only a cliche right now, but it's like every day it seems like something new or historic is happening. But I definitely relate to that. I've had my own experiences in working in government in Minneapolis and then having to juxtapose that with like the protests that were happening there. But just to go back to something that you said, you mentioned the charity bundles, and that's actually something that I wanted to touch on because that to me is kind of like a parallel lane of the charity work that you do, wherein you gather these kind of indie TTRPGs. Walk us through what the process is like for that when you are gathering the creators and gathering the different materials, and then if you have any insights for folks in chat who would be interested in say doing something similar on their own channels, what would that be?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna preface this by saying that I have made some like how-tos and I've put them on my YouTube where I like walk you through because I can only get into it so much with y'all, but I like point out things and give like tips and tricks and pointers. But the process for starting an Itch.io charity bundle actually isn't super daunting. Typically, to start with, I'll make a game jam on Itch.io, itch.io, for those of you who are nasty. And I'll put out kind of a call like, hey, everybody, this is what I'd like to do. This is the organization that I'd like to support. Here's how long it's going to be. Here's how much it's going to cost. The FAQ. And then I just kind of boost it all over social media. I make annoying videos. I make annoying posts. And I kind of just fucking talk about it and tell people I feel like are sick of it. Now, I know I said that the beginning isn't super difficult, but the most important part is that you have to onboard the charity onto Itch.io to make sure that they can get their payments before you can like move forward. And I think that is a part that people don't necessarily know about enough. I think, and I feel like I'm probably pretty fucking annoying with it, but like anytime I see an Itch.io charity bundle from someone I haven't seen do one before, I always kind of message them. I'm like, hey, have you onboarded the charity? Because if you haven't, you're going to experience delays. And, 99% of the time they are trying to raise funds for a natural disaster or a genocide or just something that is incredibly pressing that needs that funding and support as soon as possible. And so reaching out to a charity and just saying, hey, this is the thing that I have going on and I would like to fundraise for you. It sounds really scammy. Like, it sounds like a scam. And I know this because I am a fundraising professional and I'm reaching out to people like me. And if someone reached out to me and said that, I'd probably be like, this sounds like you're trying to scam me and my organization. But you got to push through that. After the organization is, onboarded onto Itch.io and after everyone has signed up for the bundle, after that, it's really just making sure you're getting the word out and talking to as many people about it as possible to make sure that you are fundraising as much as you possibly can. So
really quickly as a follow-up to that, you touched on something that I have I'm not a math gay. I'm gonna be brave.
I don't think anybody on this call is.
Not a single soul in this. I'm
not a math gay. Same here. So I think that there can be a fear, right, of being the connective tissue between a charity and the folks who are kind enough to be donating their time or money or efforts or whatever it is to. And so to smaller channels in particular who maybe are interested in jumping into charity work and charity streams, but who find that to be a sticking point, who find that financial piece to be intimidating. Are there any insights that you have that would make that less of a kind of like terrifying prospect for people, the idea of being the middleman between the charity and this? Because as a quick aside, I think about some of the like worst case scenarios we've heard, right, with creators. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the YouTuber The Completionist, but for years and years he took money from charity and it never got donated. It just sat in one place, and it was this huge scandal because it came out, and it was something where like he was a very well known and well respected. And so I think about that, and what would your insights or advice be to folks who are worried about that, the financial inside baseball?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll start with Itch.io first, and then make my way. So like Itch.io charity bundles, and then I'll make my way over to TTRPG charity streams. So when I first wanted to do an Itch.io charity bundle, I reached out to someone who's very well known in the space for doing them. Rudicki, he does the TTRPGs for trans rights. He's done, I think, 3 of them now so far. And I said, Ru, I really want to do this. But also, if this like bundle blows up, I cannot pay taxes on $200,000. I just straight up cannot do that. And Ru was so kind and let me know that you can set up the charity now to Itch.io first, and so all of the money goes straight to them. You don't see it in your account at all. The tax burden goes to them because they're the ones receiving the funds. So that's just it's a huge relief. Like, weight lifted off my chest. I could breathe again, and it was absolutely fantastic. So on Itch.io, you literally don't have to worry about it, because if you are doing the charity bundle how you're supposed to and getting that charity onboarded first, you won't see the money at all, which is really, really nice. And then for like charity streams, on the other hand, I always encourage people to not collect the money yourself. So to not use like a Ko-Fi or PayPal or Cash App or however people might want to send you donations. I always recommend that people go through Tiltify, or Twitch has their own integrated charity tool now. I'm sure that there are other ones. I don't know as much about them because I find that I really like Tiltify. It has all the bells and whistles that I feel like I need. So Tiltify, you guys should sponsor me. Just kidding, not really. But over the years, I mean, they have really improved what they've been able to offer. Now they have an auction house. So I've done TTRPG charity auctions, and it's been really nice. I mean, they care about their platform and they care about creators being able to give back through them. And so again, the money isn't going to you. It's literally just going straight to the organization when it gets donated.
Honestly, that makes so much sense. And you are so real for saying, I can't pay the taxes on this. Please. Is this something that I can actually do?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to be altruistic here. Okay.
Right. I really do think that is something that a lot of people have a fear of when they first start getting into this, though, because it's like, if you raising like $100, like 150, all of that is like, not that it doesn't mean much, but it's when you start making, and when there's commas involved, it's like that's where it starts getting a little bit more of the fear, and it's just like, ooh, can I actually do this? And
I mean, going back to what Aetherius said, it's also a trust thing.
Yeah.
Like, do I trust that this person is actually taking my money that I have given them for XYZ organization and actually pushing it through? And not that I know a lot of people that are itemizing their taxes right now and able to get that tax write-off. But if you are, like, you're not getting the tax write-off if you're, throwing $500 to somebody's Ko-Fi,
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
I think that point about trust, Jess, is why Queon and I were immediately in alignment about having you specifically on for this topic, right? Because I think that like I come from like public relations, and reputation is the one resource that rarely regenerates, you know, like it's particularly today, it's very, very difficult once you have reached trust with your audience or community. And you are someone, not to like love bomb you, but get absolutely adore them. You're somebody that has such a sterling reputation in this space, particularly. I think you are known for bringing people into this charity work that you're doing, and then it has this like it's like trickle down economics, but it works, you know, like you work with people, and I think that when you introduce that, the energy you have is so contagious. You know, I really this is probably the warmest and the fuzziest episode that we've had.
This is the fuzzies.
This is the big time fuzzies.
Right.
Do you have another question, Queon?
I honestly, I was also about to sit here and sing the praises of Jess, but it's just because like the big thing is that the first time I met you in person, it was how do I put this and make it. It's the fact that I've met so many people who say that they're doing the right thing and wanting to do the right thing, but when you meet them in person, they don't actually exemplify who they actually say they are. And you are exactly who you say you are on stream, in person, outside, in messages. You are exactly who you say you are, and you can feel the genuine that's coming off of you.
Oh my gosh, so okay, I need to actually go. Thank you so much for coming to Rolling Talks, everyone. Oh my god. What the fuck is happening? I'm sweating out of my eyes.
Oh, I'm
eyeballs
so sorry.
Are shooting water. It's so strange.
I have to give you your flowers. But I am going to take it to one of our Ko-Fi questions very quickly. So we've talked about how you talk about your coming up with characters and coming up with like a little bit of like the games that you want to play. Question from Shannon, one of our Ko-Fi supporters. Who is a person in the space that you want to tell stories with, but you haven't gotten the chance to yet?
This sounds so silly to say out loud, but I've got an Excel sheet.
Go off! Come through executive function.
Like,
yes.
So I used to do this thing where I'd finish a charity stream and then I'd start working on my next, and it wasn't working. It was too like, okay, gotta churn and burn. And I guess it's silly to say it like that because I mean, Queon, you know, and Aetherius, you both know, like, and who's not on screen but is here, like, you guys know, like, I'm doing these, I'm setting them up 2 to 3 months in advance at all times because doing it just 1 month after another does not work for me. And so when I see cool people on the internet and I see that like their vibe matches my vibe from like a role-playing perspective, but also just like a personality perspective, because like I don't, just because you're like super popular on the internet, if you're an asshole, like I don't want to play with you, like I don't want to invite you to my community and like raise money with you. So I don't know. So I just have like a big list that I'm like slowly making my way through, except like I feel like it's a cool accordion because as soon as it gets smaller, it just keeps getting bigger and it's just yeah. I will say before I cut my hair, I always thought, and of course like everybody wants to play with Matt Mercer, but the internet really thought that I looked like Matt Mercer.
As you were saying that, I would have never had those synapses fire until you said, as you said that, just I looked at your camera and I'm like, oh shit. Oh,
yeah.
When you put words to
bit.
it clicks, especially if it's the hair.
It's only the hair, because I have not heard a single soul. You know what I'm hearing now instead? I have this like solid stripe. It's like blue and green, and people keep telling me that I look like Steve from Blue's Clues, and I'm like, shut your fucking mouth.
Yo,
honestly, that's kind of sick though. That's like they're so. At least it's an icon, right?
Listen, exactly, it's an icon. Like,
I've never had a celebrity lookalike until I started talking about D&D on the internet with similar-ish hair to Matt Mercer.
That's actually hilarious. Oh my god. I
want to do, just because we have some time. We got to brain rot a bit.
Oh yes,
these are questions from Queon. This is a portal to hell that he has opened that I'm going to gleefully jump right in.
Excuse me?
About Magic the Gathering. So
yes,
Queon has been brought into the cult. He has got his like black velvet robes. We've given him a candle allowance.
Yes, yeah.
So Jes, I know that you too also cut your hand over an open fire, and we're given your robes and are a full-fledged member of the cult. Talk to us about your introduction to Magic, because I remember like when you like were first doing it, and I remember just watching a video of you cracking packs, I think it was, and I just was like, to go back to those, like, because I'm not like, no, back in my day we used to play that, but like I played
all right, old man.
Sometimes there is certainly like an initial infatuation, and I have seen so many of like just all of our mutuals in this space one by one, like fucking dominoes, like get into it. But I remember watching that and seeing like that joy, and just it made me very nostalgic. So talk to me about your introduction into the wild world of Magic the Gathering.
Do you want my first introduction or my real introduction? I was 10 years old. I was 10 years old, and my babysitter was like, hey, Jes, I know you like playing like Digimon and other video games and stuff. I think maybe you would like playing Magic. And I was like, Magic, what's that? And she like showed me to the table that was set up, and I was like, look stupid, I'm going to play Digimon World.
Whoa!
You were like,
that's a throwback. Holy shit.
So that was back when the cards were ugly.
Yeah.
The way I just heard the PS1 like turn on sound when you said Digimon World.
Oh yeah.
Classic. Black disc on the back. Yo, do y'all remember back in the day?
Back in my okay, old man.
Don't know nothing about the black PlayStation 1 disc.
So I don't know. A lot of people were, very into Magic, and I just kept hearing about all of this Magic. And I remembered, okay, super quick other backstory. Jes is 13. Jes is very into playing Fable so much. And so I kick myself. I am in my homeroom, and Nick and Dan are like huddled over their desk, and they're like snickering, and they're like hee 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 ha ha ha, oh my gosh. And I'm like, Nick, Dan, what are you guys doing? And they're like, we're playing D&D. Do you want to play? You can be an elf. And I say, no. And I walk away. And I'm just like, these two things that like dominate my life, like I could have been enjoying for so long. And I mean, like, I would have.
So I felt about men when I came out. Yeah.
Rip.
Damn.
So
I can relate to all of this.
I think to myself, okay, Jes, like we waited so long to play D&D. Like, what if we just like try? So I asked my good pal John to teach me how to play Magic at PAX U in 2024, and they did. They sent me a link to get some free welcome decks, and I brought them to PAX. It was a red-green, which I fucking hated, and a blue-black.
Hey, hold on.
Was okay.
No hate here.
I don't know. Red green.
We're about to talk tea. We're about to talk colors in a moment.
We'll get there. Don't you worry.
So I'm rearing up because I know Queon has some shit takes about this that I want to hear about colors.
Damn. And yeah, I mean, they taught me and my partner Brandon how to play. First, we learned Standard, and then we learned Commander. My first two commanders that I played were Anara and Yoshimaru. They're partners, dogs. Green white. I fucking loved it. My partner and I played 3 games of Standard, and we said, "Yep, we're never playing Standard again when we could just play Commander." And that was kind of it. We got our big Foundations box. I came home, Aurelia the War Leader was in it, and nice. We built 2 decks, and it's kind of just been game over ever since.
Oh, listen, first of all, one, we need to play, and that needs to happen soon, so I can show you the supremacy of my trash pandas, okay?
Look, I have Bello. Brandon likes it. I don't.
Listen,
and that's okay.
It's fine. I have turned Bello into
things.
Hey. Bello is just fun for me at this point. I have turned him into like my raccoon pit crew. Okay, so he's just tuning up cars. Him and his other raccoons. I love it. It's just fun. Okay, but you got into Magic. I think we've got the same story about like us dancing around the things that we love so much now, because I too heard the whispers of, so you should probably play this D&D thing. You like this whole make-believe BS or whatever. And I'm just like, I'll get to it whenever I can, whatever. And now look at me now doing this. So I don't know. It's just one of those things that I really do think it's. I've also been running from Magic for the longest time. And I've told everybody, I was like, hey, if you're going to want me to be into this hobby, you have to fund it a little bit. So somebody bought me my first deck, and I was like, all right.
Behavior.
First of all, I'm just like, listen, this, whatever. Anyway,
it's a celebration. We look. I'm all things, all flavored Kia all the time.
Listen, I'm just not going to. If you want me to be a part of a hobby, somebody gotta foot the bill a little bit. But yeah, it's. And I drank the Kool-Aid, and I've been stuck ever since. And now I'm just like, well, shit. I'm glad to know that I'm in like the right company now.
It's so much fun, and everyone's so welcoming. Really.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I have not found shitty Magic players yet, and maybe it's because I like curate the space that I'm in like very purposefully. But I mean, everybody, even like my local game shops, have been kind. I went to a pre-release for Edge of Eternities, which was my first and last one, and I need to go back for more. But I had never done that before, and my like heart was thumping as I'm like cracking my packs and like, okay, who am I gonna put in? What cards am I gonna put together? And everyone is so kind. They're like, it's okay, like it's low key, like we're just here to have fun and like look at cool cards.
Hey, Jess, Lorwyn is dropping next month.
You wanna go? Hell yeah.
Have you been to a pre-release, or will this be your first, Kia?
This will be my first.
Oh, yay.
Oh my God, yay.
Listen,
I love pre-releases. They are so much fun. I love draft, and pre-releases are my 2 favorite formats because they are entirely built on intellect and strategy. You can't like have already won by the amount of money that you spent at the table before sitting down. It's the great equalizer. We are all pulling from the identical. And when I am telling you, there are so many content creators who I've watched dozens of hours of their analysis while I've dissociated and done other things about like pre-release decks, about learning the set, all of that. When your boy gets hyper focused, like I will like metaphorically paint the windows black. I'm like, I need to know this set. I'm not going to this pre-release. I went to a pre-release and like had such a bad experience for my first, well, not bad, but I just got like fucking stopped. And I got my weight up for the next one. No. I came back swinging for the next one. And at the LGS in Minneapolis, you get packs when you win. If you like win your so yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's sick.
Controversial question. I'm like, let's dive into the thick of it. We are like the gay view here at the TTRPG community. Let's talk colors. I want to know. First of all, I want to get people's like opinions on colors, but before that, just because I feel like this is almost astrological in nature, it's giving Myers-Briggs, it's giving Enneagram. What are your favorite colors? What's your go-to colors? I'm asking both of you. Let's start with Jess.
No, we're starting with Jess, and then you're answering.
Want you to guess.
Ooh, yes, let's do this. Okay.
Hold on, wait. Are we? I just need to know one thing, Jess, before we jump into this.
Okay.
Are they 2 colors or are they 3?
That's such an interesting question because I would have said, is it 1 color or 2?
Interesting. Yeah. Because
you tell me. You decide.
Okay, I'll go with 2. I'll go with 2 then.
I feel.
Do I have my mock sealed up right now? Yes, I do.
Maybe.
This is what I'm kind of getting a little bit of. My initial reaction was green white, but then I thought about that, and then I was like, how much of a degenerate do I know Jess to be? Not really. Like I've not seen in a bad way, right? Like any degeneracy I've seen has been the juicy kind, so that it doesn't get blue player, right? Like you don't seem like a sociopath to me. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna say green white. That's my guess. Queon?
Okay, so green white was my first one, just because you mentioned that was your favorite when you first started, but I don't think you stayed there. I feel like, unlike Aetherius, I do think you are a degenerate. So I do think you play blue.
Is that your answer? Just blue?
No, I'm not gonna say just.
I was like, what does that say about what you think about Jess? If you think she's mono blue.
Hey,
like, I don't know why I would take that. Like, if somebody told me that, like, you give mono blue energy, I'd be like,
excuse me? So I just hate fun.
Yeah. It's like, what if my opponent didn't play Magic? You know? Like, what if we like had a fun game where you just didn't play for a little bit? But okay.
I do think
so.
If I'm playing it safe, green white, but I don't know. I just feel like on a bad day, like blue black. Like if you're feeling like I want to kick ass.
So I go white red.
Oh,
most of the time.
That's boring.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's
but
good flavor.
I think my most played deck is my Mothman Mind Scanner deck.
Let's go.
So,
Mothman.
So I got the pre-con, and I was like, this is a pretty cool deck. What if I put most of my upgrades into this? So I put in the Mind Scanner and Sir Conrad and just some awful, terrible, disgusting cards. And I just love being able to say, and here comes the boy.
So I was almost right. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's why I'm like,
I don't think though that like if it was another commander, I do not think that I would make a blue, black, green deck.
Fair.
So it does look like though that white green is my second most made deck color scheme.
Tit shake of victory. Let's go.
It tracks. It makes total sense. Now, Aetherius, answer your own question.
Now I beat you to yours.
Whoa. Yeah, go ahead. What do you think of me?
Mono blue. Just kidding.
Wow. So I hate fun. Great.
I was gonna say red blue.
I say maybe blue green or black blue.
Interesting. So I see the a through line of blue here is great. I'm just not leaving here, huh?
Just like I want to be aggressive, and also I don't want you to do anything about it.
Yeah, like being a blue player is just slowly doing the cat slide of your opponent's magic fucking deck off of
like,
the table.
You don't need
it's
this.
heavy that like you don't fucking you'll be fine. You'll be all right.
So final answer here is what now?
Also, chat, if you have guesses, let me know. I'm curious what you guys think.
Yes, please chat.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go black blue, I think. Because I can see you getting into the actually I don't know. I'm gonna say blue green. I'm like
he does like Bello, and that's red green.
Like Bello. I do like Bello,
but I'm gonna stick with my blue red.
I'm gonna say blue black.
All right. So I may or may not have a VV commander. So red blue is there. I'm not gonna say it's not, because I do like fucking with shit, but that's also like when I just want to have fun at that point. It's whatever. I want to have fun. I don't care about the other people at that point. But when I'm actually like playing, I enjoy a good black white.
Okay,
I love
I
a
can
good
see
black
it.
white. So
that was my first that I ever made myself.
Listen, I have a Clavelino deck, and I love these vampires so much. These vampires are my fave. Now,
all right, gang.
You mono blue.
That's it. It's been great. Roll Detox has been fun.
Also, Queers and Spears did say that they think that I am a blue, black, green. I also love a good soul tie deck. I love soul tie. If I'm picking 3, it's soul tie.
Interesting.
So they're right on that.
Blue, white, Aetherius.
Yes.
Azorius, I think it's called?
No, actually. Because you were real happy to pick up that Final Fantasy deck of packs.
That was mostly because it had Y'shtola, who's you gotta respect the bad bitch when you see her on Final Fantasy 14 fan. So what's up?
Because I don't think you play aggressive, so I don't think. Wait, hold on.
I will tell you, I do rank when I have played on Arena. I'm one of those assholes who does play standard when I do play. I haven't played in forever, but I do the like ranked ones, and I typically will rank high gold, like low diamond.
Oh,
I don't know what that means because I played like 2 games of that, and I said the other people take too goddamn long.
Right. That's how I feel about Commander, where I'm like, damn, I'm sitting over here. I could have watched a whole episode of Jujutsu Kaisen.
But you can chat and you can kiss in between.
Yes.
When it's on Arena, you're just waiting.
Yeah. Well, they have a timer though, and if you don't if the person doesn't respond, they get booted. And the thing I like about the only thing about Arena is, well, it does lack those 3 dimensions, and I feel like for heavily introverted nerds like myself, it's a good mechanism through which to force us quite literally to touch grass. Like the idea of the pre-release you guys were discussing earlier, I'm like, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should leave my apartment? Ellipses question mark?
Yes, please.
Maybe, possibly.
Listen, you're also I'm not gonna dox you. You're also on the East Coast, and there's a lot of people out there.
But you're invited to come to us.
Oh yeah, you could always come here. Your pup view is waiting for you, by the way.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, no, I gotta get out more. So the guesses were.
I do think also I'm gonna double down on saying blue white.
Okay, or copycat.
Actually, I'll go red black then. The complete opposites of what you just said then.
I'm gonna double down, except actually, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I'll say red black.
You actually, Queon, are right at the buzzer. Rakdos Black Red is the combo that I have run. Often it is like the bullshit of black I like because it's like fuckery, but it's not as like invasive as blue. You're not like putting your fingers like in all of the whatever like the person you're playing with. And vampires are very frequently like black red. I had gosh, I forget the name of it, but I ran a vampire deck on standard for a while. I have like hundreds of hours on fucking arena. But yes, Rakdos is my favorite. I will say, I do black white. I don't. Okay, here's my thing. I don't like the stack reaches a point to where I disassociate, and I'm like, I am gonna just Jesus take the wheel. I'm gonna believe whatever you say is what is. I'm just because Arena does that. Arena does the math for you. It does all of the dibbly doos. But when you have to do it in person, I'm just like, yeah, it hits a certain point. And so part of that is why I don't play blue because I feel like blue the stack super fucking gross. And I'm also a sociopath, like I said earlier. So it's mostly those two reasons. So.
The only reason why I even got into red blue is because I pulled VV and VV's expensive. So I'm like, I must use my Child of Destruction. And
I love Final Fantasy so much. I wish I would have been like, I was not in the loop during that set, but at least it's still available. But
I'm building a
deck. Gonna hurt your heart.
Boom.
Please.
What, you don't like Final Fantasy?
I've never played it.
Okay.
Jess, why do you say things to break me?
I was too busy playing Digimon.
I was right there.
Okay.
And what's the other
Digimon World is the best terrible game of my childhood.
Terrible?
Digimon World 4 specifically.
Okay, if you go back and I watched a video essay recently about the mechanics behind that, like the code behind that game. It's fucking brutal. And I remember all but playing. I'm like, why are my Digimon always shitting themselves and dying? You know what I mean?
Because you weren't taking them to the bathroom. That was on you.
True. I'm thinking about the Tamagotchi graveyard of 1999, and I'm like, we got a subject change. We're going into. I'm disassociating into.
Not our Neopets.
Oh, yeah. I miss Neopets.
Oh, I miss the Neopet graveyard. Oh my god, our homie Aaron My Laundry fucking used to work for Neopets, which is like such millennial fucking street cred. Love our art. I do want to get to some of the questions from our Ko-Fi donators. Okay, so one of these questions here is, I like this one. This is from Dennis, and Dennis said, what inspired your morning wishes?
This is gonna sound real silly. Back when Twitter, I mean, technically Twitter is still Twittering, but when it was Twittering well, we all know what I mean. I did a good morning wish, and then people liked it, so I was like, what if I do another one? And then people liked that one, and I was like, people kind of like this. What if I just did this every morning? And now I've been doing it for over 2 years. Every single day.
It is so wild. How do you have like a notes list where it's like, all right, this is today's, or do you come up with them off the dome?
For the longest time, I was coming up on the dome. Sometimes I sit in that chair and I'm just like, okay, people expect it. I gotta give it to them. What's it gonna be? But I wised up sometime this year and I started making just throughout the day, if I think of something that I think will be good, I'll write it down. But most of the time it's off the dome and it is okay, Jess, come on, lock in, let's fucking go. We got to do this thing.
So good.
That's amazing. This is I have proud mom energy for that in a way. It's bizarre and unearned, but I have to be honest. Authenticity is the name of the game, and I'm a proud mama. So I'm giving you a black mom hug.
Hell yeah! Thanks, mom.
Anytime, babe. Anytime. So there was a hydrate redeem.
There was.
I only have this giant thing of spring water for my Keurig, but I'm gonna take a quick hydrate there.
And guess what? I don't have any water near me, but I do have lotion. So I'm going to moisturize my hands.
I was just gonna say, please don't drink that.
I'm going to moisturize my hands. That's the
take it to the head.
This is cocoa butter. Excuse me.
Oh, nice. There we go.
This is solid.
I'm like, speaking of black moms, that's like the black mom said right there. For
yes,
real.
yes, it is.
My grandma has always smelled of cocoa butter for as long as I've known her. We have a question from the fabulous Shannon of Imagine If Media. Shout out to Shannon. We love Shanban. What is your favorite game? Like, what's your favorite game?
Like TTRPG or just game in general?
She added no specification.
It doesn't have to be TTRPG.
I'm gonna pan the camera back. I'm gonna say, Jess, like, what is your favorite just game in general? Board, role playing, video.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. Earlier, I said that when I was 13 and refused to play Dungeons and Dragons, which honestly, good for me because I would have fucking hated it back then because like you were just like burning and churning characters. And I live for the role play, and I've had one character death, and it was in Castleton, and I fucking cried, and I was honestly a little depressed for like 3 days, and I couldn't talk about it.
We'll circle back. I can like. Castleton, first of all, is like that entire cast is like, you know, when people survive airplane crashes together, not that the show was an airplane crash, but just like you're like bonded forever by a high stress kind of experience. And the production for that, it was insane. And oh my gosh, like the memories. I too kind of mostly died. I ended up in the big tree at the end. Phineas' soul gets up there. But I did get to see Wes. Oh, I did get to see Orpheus, or Orpheum before I died. So it was good to like close up that gay love story. But the way that you just woke up that like experience in me, because I did mourn too. I mean, like we truly put so many hours into that character, and that was such like an incomparable experience, both like in front of the camera and then the community that AJ ran behind the camera, that crazy flash and lightning in the bottle, once in a lifetime experience. But I was super depressed. I was just like, man, my boy, no more. And then I don't want to give spoilers, but not Kevin, my assistant, also met a grizzly fate. And I was just like, not Kevin. Oh boy. I'm sorry. Okay. So to get back to the question of Shannon.
Okay.
Yes.
Fable. It just I bought an Xbox 360 so I could play Fable 2.
Really?
So I'm a child of divorce, and I remember going to my dad's house and him introducing me to Fable, and I stayed up eating Twizzlers, and I did not go to bed until like 3:00 in the morning. And I was like, this game is incredible. Like, I love this. And it's shaped how I interact with some games. I, for the first time, finished Baldur's Gate 3. I had an ankle surgery in October, and I was laid up for 6 weeks, and my partner and I finally finished it. It was my third time getting to Act 3. We did it. So I said, what if we play an evil run through? No. Because I've been ingrained from Fable, when you do evil things, your character looks evil. You grow horns, you didn't already have them, and you have flies that fly around you. Right. But if you do good things, you have a halo and butterflies fly around you. And it just like, it makes me feel so sick. Like when I play video games, I do not feel like I am the character on screen. Typically, I've had one game where I was like, oh, that's fucking me. I feel like God controlling that character, and it feels evil and disgusting. Yeah, I don't want to put them through that. So Fable just like just rewired my brain, and I've been so impatiently waiting for Fable 4. Like
I was just gonna say, how do you feel?
I'm losing my mind every time they're like, it's coming. When?
No, it's not.
I, as a fellow Fable fan, I am curious what your take on Peter Molyneux is as a person and as a relation to the games. He's the guy who hyped up all of the Fable games initially. He was like one of the people that worked for Lionheart. Oh my God, let me tell you a tale.
You gotta spin this for me, because I think I was just so invested.
Hold on.
I had we
might have
I'll tell you off screen.
We might have to table that one.
But it's fascinating. Just like look up on YouTube or something, the guy who created Fable. He is a fascinating human being. So interesting. Peter Molyneux.
Just to pull it back into the fundraising side of things just a little bit. I know that it's I think one of the biggest challenges that I've seen channels come up with is specifically like coming up with incentives for people to donate to, because that's part of the reason why people donate. They want to see the fuck shit that they can have and like the pieces of the story that they can actually implement. What tips do you have for people if they're coming up with incentives for these games?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I think you touched on something really important. The reason that people like to donate to TTRPG charity streams, besides like, I am donating to a good cause and that makes me feel good, is that they get to influence the game that they are watching in real time. And that is sexy. Being able to say, oh, you need a nat 20 right now or your character is going to die. I got you. Or, oh, I can name the next NPC Peter McButthead. Hell yes. I have a very standard set of incentives that I use. And it's typically $10 is a reroll, $25 is an auto success, $35 is a calamity roll, which is just a table that I've made that has 50 different rolls, and it's basically like wild magic sorcery, but it has stupid shit like your character grows a biblically accurate amount of eyeballs, or you turn into a Muppet version of yourself. Just very silly stuff. $50 is naming the next NPC, and $100 is a calamity roll for everyone. However, I think that not having a standard set could actually be very beneficial for other folks. Something that it feels like it was created and crafted specifically for the game that people are watching. So whether that is the dragon that we're going to fight gets 1 extra hit point for every $10 we raise, or if you donate $100, I'm going to give them a Revivify, and they're going to fucking need it. Just like things that make the people watching feel like they are truly having an impact on this very specific game. I've also done and seen things where instead of only relying on if you donate $10, you get this, or if you donate $25, you get this. When we raise $500, XYZ thing is going to happen. And maybe that is an adult red dragon is going to get dropped on the table and they just need to fucking figure it out. Or maybe there is a gift card that we're going to be giving away. Really just thinking about your audience and how you can hyper specify it to what you're doing, I think is really, really important.
I
Do you have a favorite instance just of a redemption, incentive redemption? Is there a favorite story you have of an audience member redeeming something that's like particularly memorable?
So Dennis, our good pal Dennis,
ran
both actually on the Roll D5 channel on my channel, 2 instances of games where it was multi dimension jumping. And so every round of combat was a new dimension. And when we played, I said, okay, it's every round of combat or every $50 that gets donated. And sometimes we would jump to a new dimension. He would describe it, and then we would jump to a new dimension. And it was just like, I am a little chaotic gremlin, and I just like love that feeling of like, oh, we're moving on, and just like seeing his face drop. And I say this with so much love and respect, but like seeing his face drop and be like, you've got to be kidding me, not again. It was just chef's kiss.
See, I think
I love that.
I think for stuff like that, where it's like being the GM in that seat, I understand the frustration of like, man, we just got here. But then you remember this is people donating money and that it's for a good cause. And you're like, all right, let's roll. Like, because at the
Dennis can lay a scene too. Like,
yes, they can
really, really descriptively.
They will paint a word picture,
a scene. And so I, in my mind, am imagining him going through that kind of grand sweeping thing, and then just being like,
I mean, talked about a blade of grass, and now we can't even be here anymore.
Something, I don't know, something for me that I think is really important for the charity streams that I do is always making sure that they're like light and fluffy and have room for humor and chaos. And I know that that's not everybody's cup of tea. And I know that a lot of people have been talking about that on threads right now. But like, we're raising funds typically for some causes that are not always light and fluffy. And I think that having incentives that help just throw a wrench into the GM's plans and make things chaotic and make things just funny when they need to be is helpful for me. Is helpful sometimes for the cast members. It's helpful for the charity, obviously, because we're raising the funds, and it just it makes me very, very happy.
Oh, I love it. That's like on Monday, we were doing the house spouses, which I love those characters so much. We didn't get any that were, at least that I caught, that were like, okay, cool, we're going to change the entire game. But I think the moment that I was like, okay, cool, somebody gave me a reroll, and I gave it to the GM, and everybody's face was like, you're doing what? And I'm like, hey, it's for a good cause. I don't need it. I just knew 2 of his characters. He wasn't even playing that.
Bill didn't need it. He didn't need it.
It was fun regardless, though. But I think that little piece of like, when people are having fun, they're more likely to be willing to donate and more likely to give. So I think letting it be fun and whimsical and like effervescent is the way to go. So I think that I personally think that you're doing an amazing job in this whole endeavor.
No, I think just it's really important to conceptualize, especially as we begin to wrap this up. I mean, the figure that you have raised and for the variety of causes is a staggering amount of money. I mean, that truly, in the most genuine and earnest of senses, to me, is legacy work. That's the type of thing 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years you look back at and carry a sense of pride at, right? Because this is a definitive change. That money would not have been raised if you didn't put the time, the energy, the effort, all of the self-education, all of the community building, all of the outreaching, all of the tiny minuscule details that happen behind the scene that nobody who sees you on your feed gets to see. Like, all of that has paid dividends. And I do hope, I know that's a lot to sit with, but I would be remiss if I didn't point that out, that is a life-changing amount of money for a number of different communities. $1,000 to every nonprofit that I've worked with, like back in Minneapolis, would have been amazing. It would have been something that they would have eagerly brought in. So I think that is amazing. It truly is an honor to have you in this space. I am going to take you up. We have to like have a one-on-one talk, because I want to learn. I think that what you're doing, you know, coming from where I come from politics, I've seen you successfully do something that I myself want to do, which is bring that skill set from this other world and to make that change. So it's inspiring is the And I am so honored and appreciative that you took your time to come with us and be in this space. Truly.
Well, I get to at least throw this out there. I would not be able to raise this money without the people donating their time, talents, and efforts, whether that's on my TTRPG charity stream. Every person that's on this call right now has been on at least one. I wouldn't be able to
always play hot guys that my character wants to date.
Yeah.
So far. Exclusively, I think 2-way number.
I wouldn't be able to do it without. I'm going to give a shout out to my matching gift sponsor, Bogus Cheesecake. His name is Tom. He's really cool. He makes awesome TTRPG stuff, and he's based out of Alaska. Nice. He donates $250 every single month as a matching gift. And I wouldn't be able to do it without him, without the people who are, donating their items to be as giveaways. I wouldn't be able to do it without literally hundreds of people who donate their games to the different TTRPG bundles on Itch.io, on Tiltify. Right now, we're doing the games against genocide, and there are 50 different games in there donated by, I think, like 35 different people. I could not raise the amount of money that I raise without an incredible community that's behind me and supporting me and saying, we support the things that you support. And so it's really overwhelming a lot of the times. Yeah. I do a newsletter, my charity TTRPGs newsletter, and I am writing up my end of year review, and I'm like, thanks. It's awesome being able to do all of this and support incredible causes, and knowing that there are so many people standing beside me and behind me and helping me support them. So thanks to you guys.
Well, yes, of course. I think
you are certainly trailblazing, and you are definitely carving out a path that you've opened a door, not just for yourself, but you have done a phenomenal job of holding it for those who walk after and encouraging more people to do this. I view you as kind of an anti-gatekeeper with this. You're somebody who effusively wants to share the quote-unquote trade secrets, wants to bring more people in the community, and not everybody's like that. Not everybody is like that, so I think that's an amazing thing. But I didn't mean to cut you off, Queon.
No. I was just going to say that I think that your community is a reflection of you, Jes. So the people that you bring in to your community, those are those people stick around because of who you are. That is where all of that boils down to. But, and I'm sorry, you're one of my favorite people.
You ever know that you're my hero?
You are one of my favorite people. So I am going to give you all of the flowers in this. But before we get to our last question, I'm just going to shout out to our Twitch stream. Please, if you haven't yet, please make sure to try and join our Ko-Fi, because that is where you can 100% make sure that your questions that you have for any of our guests on Roadie Talks get answered. And our very last question is going to be from our Ko-Fi member, and they would like to know, and this is possibly, I wonder if you probably have a list for this. What's a fundraiser or a charity that you would love to work with that you haven't had the chance to yet?
That's an interesting question, because I have a list of exactly who I'm supporting in 2026, already lined up.
Okay. You are the most organized. Teach me your secrets. Teach me your ways.
It's really affirming, and it makes me feel good knowing that this is what I have to look forward to. Now, I do want to say that I keep leeway. If there is a natural disaster that I feel like I have the bandwidth to raise funds for, or if there's just a cause that is really speaking to me at that moment, I will absolutely make the time for it. But I have it all pre-planned. I typically support St. Jude, Trans Lifeline, RPG project. Oh my God. I need to look at a list. I support the things that, I support Project Hope and Doctors Without Borders. And I also do ACLU. And I try to do like a couple throughout the year, and I try to like alternate. Okay, I've done a charity stream for them, but I haven't done like a bundle for them. So I'm like always trying to bounce things. So the answer to your question is I don't know, because I think like I work with what I want to support. And I've made that known to the people who support me. Like, this is what is important to me. And that doesn't mean that there aren't other causes that are important to me. I mean, I've worked for multiple nonprofits now, and they've all been incredible and amazing, and I've loved their missions. But as you grow as a person, you know, what you put your time and effort into also grows. And so the list that I just struggled to rattle off to y'all
no, you're fine.
is what is important to me right now, and what I'm putting my effort into. So
okay, I've got one thing that I would like to get like a little to expound on before we disappear, right? Before we go into the ether. For smaller channels, do you think that it means more to these charities if we
I've got a soapbox about this.
Uh-oh.
I've got a soapbox about this.
Stand up!
No, it's just, do you think that it means more to these charities?
We get you a megaphone.
If we build that connection with them first, or if they just randomly get a Tiltify notification, do you get anything back from the people that you're donating to? Do they send a thank you? Do they say thank you for your donations and everything that you're doing? Or
I misread your question.
Ha! See?
But
wait, I want to know what soapbox.
Yeah, what did you think I was gonna say?
Now I'm like, please.
Okay. Okay. Do you want the soapbox first, or do you want me to answer your question?
Soapbox.
First? Okay, you're gonna have to remind me of your question then.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay. So, a lot of people get very hung up on, I am doing my first charity stream, or I am doing my first charity initiative, and I need to raise the biggest amount of money possible. And that is not what you should focus on. Whether you raise $5, $50, $500, it literally, I mean, obviously the more money, the better, but you are making such a positive impact for that nonprofit. As I said, I've been in nonprofit for the last decade. Our budgets are like smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And what we are asked to do is bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And we are overworked, and we are underpaid, and we are stressed the fuck out, just like everybody else. And so anytime you can give them free money is good. But you're not just giving them free money, because you're also giving them free marketing. I worked for a cancer organization for a while, and we had free wig shops where people who were going through chemo could come in and get a free wig. And so if you were doing a charity stream about this cancer organization, you could potentially be connecting someone to those services who didn't know about them beforehand. So not only are you just marketing their name in general, and marketing is so expensive because everybody wants you to pay for everything nowadays, you're also giving people the resources. And that is so invaluable, because you could literally save someone's life. So you're not just donating or raising money when you're doing a charity stream. You're doing all of these other things that just go way beyond the day that you're streaming. So that's my soapbox on, don't get caught up on the money, and don't get caught up on it's not like I'm really going to make a difference, because you don't know if you're making a difference with this. I started charity streaming because of, obviously, just the two loves that I had, marrying them together, charity and TTRPGs, but I saw other people doing it, and I said, oh, okay. I mean, if they can do it, why can't I? And so this sounds such like a loser thing for me to say. I am sure that I have inspired other people to do it. And I hope that those people then are going out and continuing to do it. And it's literally just a snowball effect of, well, if they did it, I can do it. And because this person's doing it, well, I can do that. And it's just, there's never going to be an oversaturation of charity streaming. It's literally never, because there are so many organizations that need support, and there are so many different networks that can come in to support them, whether they're the talent on screen, whether they're the viewers, whether they're the people donating. So that is my big giant soapbox about that.
Listen, honestly,
I think
with that soapbox, I don't even need to ask the question I just did, because you answered it. You said, even from being on the nonprofit side, anything means a lot. So regardless of if they're responding to us or saying like, oh my God, thank you for the donation or whatever, the fact that we know that it's going somewhere and it's going to mean something to somebody's day is the point. And that's the reason why we do this.
Ain't that the truth?
That community spread, I think, is so important. And that is kind of what we were discussing earlier, is that every time somebody joins one of your streams or buys one of it really, I think it's emblematic that there is a need for this within the space, a need for us to leverage this art form and this community to do good. I think what you described about the mix of the two things, that real chocolate peanut butter energy, is something that I think really energized a lot of folks. And in my mind, I don't know why I had this image, but it was like, this is like a drug dealer, but their drug is hope. Like your drug
Jess is our hope dealer. I love that. The hope dealer. Let's go.
Radical hope. So if you need your fix, if you are feeling particularly like doomerism-y today or cynical, I think it is, because I think that it's not just the rote education and the sharing of information, it's the conference of that contagious energy that I think actually gets people to participate after the thing, right? Because you can lead a horse to water, right? But I think that a lot of the reasons people will work with you and then will go on to do their own thing is because it is very contagious. I think you possess the ability to get people like earnestly excited about things, and that isn't necessarily a skill that, I mean, you can learn it, but you can tell with you it's an inborn talent, and I'm glad you're using it for the life-changing means that you are. It's the incredible work that you've been doing.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, absolutely loved
Thank you so much, Jess. Is there anything that you would like to leave our viewers with before we head out?
Wash your hands and don't eat paste.
Look both ways.
Yeah, I don't know. Go out, make friends, go and inspire people. Be kind to yourself, because you're really cool and you deserve to be nice and kind to yourself. Check me out on the internet if you want to, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, where can people find you, Jess?
Find you?
Okay, you can find me on all of the places at Jes the Human, Jes with one S. I don't do the Twitter anymore, but I'm on Threads and Blue Sky. If you like my mug, you can subscribe to my YouTube, the Instagram, the TikTok. Like I mentioned earlier, there are quite a handful of just like charity tutorials on YouTube, but then you can also see a backlog of my TTRPG charity streams. Again, Queon was just on Monday. It was the Real House Spouses of Baldur's Gate. It was phenomenal.
So much fun.
So yeah,
I'm so jealous.
Check me out there. You got to
muscling my way onto your channel.
I mean, you got to oogle over my character's hot leg muscles the last time you were on. So
I did do that. That was amazing. I just as a penchant for making like just hot mass characters that my characters just want to mooch on. It's a great pattern. I do want to say that if you
because
you
I get
were
the
in
gremlins.
Okay, all right.
Twice.
If you watched Jes tonight and any of the things that they said sparked something in you, I think that their YouTube, it seems like a very intuitive place to start, because from what you described, you get both the direct tutorials that have that insight, a set of instructions that people can follow, but then you also have the previous streams up. So someone wanting to see what a successful TTRPG charity stream can find all of that. So you can find all of that at YouTube.
But there's a secret third option, and that's my YouTube Shorts, where I soft dom yourself into being nice to yourself.
Yes.
Listen,
I gotta get you in my algorithm. YouTube Shorts is like my morning thing. We gotta get you in the algo. But
oh my God. I am so happy that you said yes to this, Jes. Again, you are one of my favorite humans, and I am so happy that I get to spend time and actually just share this earth with you right now, because I like being on this big blue, brown, and green rock with people who make a good effort and want to change it. And I think you are literally what the change we want to see, because you don't just talk about it, you do it. And that is shown in everything that you do, every person that you talk to. Everybody in this space has some high regards of you. And thank you for being a resource as well, because you don't gatekeep. You talk about the things you want people to do this, and you want to give back to the community and everything else. And it's also a little bit of destigmatizing what TTRPGs are assumed to be. It's oh, we're the people who are living in somebody's basement, we're in our mom's basement, we don't actually see the light, or we don't give back to the world or anything. And this is literally proving against that. So thank you, Jes. Thank you for spending the time here on Roll Talks. And for everybody out there, again, if you have not joined our Ko-Fi and you want to ask our next guest all these amazing questions, please, that is the place where you can go and get all of your questions answered. And I think because, I think this is our last thing before the new year, right?
Yeah, this is the last Roll Talks.
Not even Roll Talks. I think Roll D5 goes dark after this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, people need especially on. Who you can't see, audience, but we can see, and who has a team that forces her to
take breaks.
So we're glad for that.
Yeah. So with that, happy holidays, everybody. I know that the holiday blues really do hit nowadays, and that's part of the reason why we do this whole TTRPG thing. If you are looking for a community or anybody to actually spend time with, I will be in the Roll D5 Discord a lot, just because I'm not going home to see family. Roll D5 is my family. So if you want to join the family, make sure you are a part of our Discord, and I'll be in there just hanging out.
But you're not hanging out with me.
Oh yeah, Jes is stealing me. We have Commander to go to, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that,
I do want to say, Queon, this is we're sending off this first year of Roll Talks, and it has been so amazing hosting the show. We've gotten to have amazing folks, just every guest that we've had has been so just earnest and so effusive with the amount of authenticity and vulnerability that people show up, and you're honoring us with parts of your story. So thank you, Jes, for joining us. Thank you, Queon. And I'm curious if I didn't say I'm excited for a new year of Roll Talks and some exciting Patreon content coming to you in the indeterminate future. Let's go.
But yeah, other than that, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. It's 2025. We got it for a little bit longer. Make the best of the year, and please kick off the new year with an amazing story. Thank you, everybody, and goodbye.
Goodbye.